Today, for my process essay, I'm going to explain to you how to bake a cake. The first step you need to do is gather all your supplies. Start with a medium-sized mixing bowl. You're going to need a rubber scraper, something to mix your dry and wet ingredients. I'll be using a fork. A measuring cup, your pan, and you need some oven mittens to put inside the oven. Okay, for your ingredients, you're going to need your cake mix. You're going to need 3 large eggs, your spray for your pan, and some oil. Alright, your first step, you're going to go ahead and preheat your oven. You push to 350. Okay, while that's preheating, you're going to go ahead and take your spray and spray the bottom and sides of your pans. And then we'll go ahead and start mixing the dry and wet. Go ahead and open up your box and take out your cake mix. You're going to go ahead and cut the top of it open. Be careful not to spill it. And dump that right into your mixing bowl. Shake it out, make sure you get all the good stuff. And then you're going to do your wet ingredients. You're going to start with your water. Take your measuring cup. Go ahead and fill it up to 1 1/4 cup water. What you're basically going to do is eye it from the top. You're going to need to come and you're going to set it on a flat surface and you get eye level with it. Make sure it's 1 1/4 cup water. Pour it in with your dry cake mix. Then you're going to take your oil and you're going to do 1/3 cup oil. Same way, you just eye it from the top. Eye it from the top. Check it from the side. 1/3. Go ahead and pour it right in with your ingredients. Then we're going to do the eggs. You're going to take your egg one at a time. Because you don't want any shells inside your bowl, you can crack it into a dish or your measuring cup, doesn't really matter. We're doing a white cake, so we're not using any yolk. So what you need to do is crack open your egg in half and just let the egg whites pour into the thing. What you can do is you can toss the yolk back and forth in between 2 eggs just to get all the things. Be careful not to pop the egg yolk. And place it in there. You do the same thing with the second one. Crack them open. Careful not to get any shells in there. Toss it back and forth so you get pretty much all of it out. Take your last egg, same thing. Back and forth. Go ahead and scrape off the if you need to. Okay. Once you're done with your eggs, you can go ahead and take your eggs and pour them into the mixture. Then you take your fork, whatever you're using, whisk, spoon, doesn't matter, and you're going to go ahead and beat them together, all the wet and dry ingredients, and make sure you get all the dry ingredients so that there's no powder. When you make your cake, you bite into your cake and there's powder in there. You're just going to whisk it for about 30 seconds or until you get all of the dry. No lumps really. You can have a couple, but you don't want too many. Just back and forth, you can chop it. Scrape the sides to make sure there's no dry ingredients left on the sides. Like so. Okay. And that's good. What you're going to do is go ahead and pour your cake batter right into your pan. And then take your rubber spatula and just scoop right along the edges of it. It clears out the bowl nicely. You can go ahead and pour down here. There you go. Just trying to get the most that you can. Okay. Once you've done that, you can place that aside. And you want to smooth out your batter. Try not to get any on the edge like that. Okay. Now what you're going to do is grab your mittens. Go ahead and place your mittens in. Open up your oven. Be sure to stand back. Heat can burn your face. Then you're going to take your cake. Go ahead and place it on the rack. Anywhere between the middle, closer to top, doesn't really matter. Then you're going to set your timer on your thing. I go ahead and push cook time. It's in between 26 and 30 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and put mine on 27 minutes and press start. Alright, while that's cooking, we're going to go ahead and put away our ingredients that we need. Put the eggs back in there. We're going to put the oil away, the cooking spray away. We're going to put scissors back. Go ahead and throw that away. We're going to put stuff in the sink. And before this, since we don't have enough time to obviously wait 26 minutes, I went and prepared a cake beforehand. Basically, when you take your cake out of the oven with your mitts, you're going to place it on something, a cooling rack, so that the heat can cool from the bottom too. Then, let's get our stuff. We're going to need, to ice it, we're going to need a knife, icing. I like sprinkles on top of mine. And what you do when you take it out to make sure your cake is fully cooked, you just get a wooden toothpick and you go ahead and insert it right into the middle. If you pull it out, there's no cake batter, there's nothing on the toothpick, your cake has fully cooked. You want to really stick it into the middle because the sides are a little shallower. The middle has the most depth, so you can see if it's wet or nothing in the side. Alright, once it cools for a little bit, you're going to go ahead and open your icing. Just go ahead and tear that back.